Good morning, everybody. My name is Abhigya Uri, and I'm a faculty of Law and Governance in the University of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In the last session, we talked about vicarious liability in the torts, and this is a series where we're covering torts. So we're going to talk about another very important offence in torts, that is the defamation. So now, defamation basically is covered in the criminal area as well, but on a lighter note, we cover it in the torts also. Now, why we've covered it in the criminal area? Because tort is not a very enforceable law in India. It is a law which holds some power of convenience, but it is not an enforceable law. So, let's get into defamation. In layman terms, or in the terms that we use daily, defamation means manhani. That is harm to one's reputation. Harm to someone's reputation. Defamation means manhani. It is said that for a person to grow overall, as much as physical properties and rights are required, also reputation is very important because it is directly connected to somebody's mental health. If there's a person who is working in an area and somebody tends to release wrong statements about that person, his work can be affected, and hence because the work is affected, the economic life of the person can also be affected. So defamation, although might look a minor concept, but is very crucial for a person to live a healthy and a progressive life. So this is what defamation does, is harm to someone's reputation. If a person has made some statements about the other person and those statements are false, which in turn have injured the reputation of the plaintiff, then we can say that the person is liable for defamation. So now again, like we have said, there are always some essentials that are required for an offence to be committed. So the essentials for defamation are that a statement has to be released. There has to be a statement. A person should have said something or implied something, या फिर something in a gesture or written something or posted something online. In the present scenario, also posted something online. So when there is a statement against a person, that is the first criteria. The second criteria is the statement has to be false. The statement has to be false. Now it is very important that the statement that the person has made has to be false, because if it is true, it is not defamation. For example, if someone was caught for fraud and was convicted for fraud, and the neighbors know about it and they talk to themselves about it, that the so and so person living in so and so house was convicted for fraud, this is a true statement. So this does not defame any person. Defamation means, if we look at literally, defame, degrading the fame of a person. This is what defamation means. So the statement for a person to degrade the fame of a person has to be false. The third thing is, has to be made in front of third person. If two people are talking about amongst themselves, for example, A and B are having a conversation, and A tells B that B is stupid, but B in reality is not stupid. This is not defamation because this is a conversation between A and B. But if A, B and C are having a conversation and A says that B is stupid but B is not stupid, and C presumes A to be saying the truth and forms a thinking or an opinion about B, here A has defamed B. So again, via this example only, we can see what is the fourth essential. The fourth essential is that a prudent man B is so careless in front of C, of course. If A say that B is so careless and is so dirty that he went to the moon and threw litter and garbage on the moon. Here, the statement is false. There has been made a statement. The statement has been made in front of a third person, but a prudent man knows that nobody can go like that to the moon and litter on the moon, and hence a prudent man would not believe it, would not believe the statement. So here A has not caused any defamation because the statement was not believable. So these are the essentials of defamation. Now defamation are of two types. One is libel and the second is slander. It is very basic. Libel is permanent form of defamation. If something is written or engraved, if something is written or engraved and that exists for a long time, so we can say that the person has caused the libel kind of defamation. Similarly, slander is a very non-permanent kind of defamation. Of course, slander is going to be in someone's mind, but in form of object, or we can say in a tangible form. This is not a very permanent kind of defamation. For example, an oral statement. Oral statement is said and done, is definitely a defamation, but not a very permanent form of defamation. So there are two types of defamation, libel and slander. But now, in today's area, we have come across a third type of defamation, which is also very important, that is the innuendos, which in basic layman term we call as taunts. This is an indirect way of insulting or defaming someone, and when this happens, when this is done, it is called innuendos. So this is the third kind of defamation. This is all for defamation. The next topic we will cover in the next section. Thank you.